Sacred Art High School welcomes you. Today we will be studying Chapter 10 Disaster Management Part 1. Disasters. A sudden event that causes large scale damage to life, property, and social aspects of a nation or society is called a disaster. There are two types of disasters, natural and man made disaster. Natural and man made disasters are related to each other. Famine. Famine is a condition that arises due to long-term and severe scarcity of food grains and water. Famines can be very severe and hard. The main cause of famine is natural phenomenon, but famine condition is also created by some human activities. Causes of famine: drought, heavy rains and flood, crops getting washed away or damaged in the flood, environmental changes like temperature change, storms, fog, damage of crops by animals like mice and rats, attack of pest, locust, or diseases of crops, natural calamity like earthquake are some of the causes of famine. Of this, drought is the main cause. Drought is a condition where there is no rainfall for a long period of time. Man-made causes of famine are war, internal unrest, absence of transport routes, uncontrolled population growth, etc. There are records of loss of life caused by severe famines in various parts of the world. Example: Chinese famine. It started in 1959 and it lasted till 1961 and it resulted in 15 to 30 million deaths. Second, North Korean famine. It started in 1995 and it lasted till 1999 and it killed about 2.5 million people. Irish famine. It is also called as the Great Famine, which started in 1845 and lasted till 1849. It was caused by failure of potato crop, which many people relied on for their nutrition. The crop got a disease called as late blight, which destroyed the crop. Among the most dreadful famines that have occurred in the world are the famines that affected India and China. Are we responsible for famine? The answer is yes. Water shortage is increasing as the balance between rainfall and population is disturbed. Nowadays, the population is continuously increasing and demand for food and water is increasing. Deforestation is occurring at a great rate, and that is why there is an imbalance in the environment. This results in famine. Then, though there has been a very high rise in the production of food grains as a result of the Green Revolution, the balance of the environment has been lost due to use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and weedicides. Green Revolution had started in the 1970s, where farmers were given incentives to grow crops, and it was a success as the production of food grains had increased tenfolds. But it came with a cost. The balance of the environment is lost now because of use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and weedicides. Then unlimited lifting of water. Since the demand for water is increasing, people are using groundwater at a higher rate. Erosion of land. Erosion of land occurs due to natural disasters, landslides, earthquakes, etc. And it is also one of the reasons for famine. Misuse of water is also one of the reasons for famine. What can we do to ease the severity of famine? We can plan usage of water and we can reuse water. We can do proper planning of water conservation and harvesting at local level. Large-scale plantation of trees and prevention of deforestation is one of the best ways to reduce the risk of famines. Making appropriate changes in plans, taking into account the weather forecast, are some of the things that we can do to ease the risk of famine. Cloudburst. Cloudburst means sudden and heavy rainfall in particular region. Sometimes the water which is coming down from rain clouds do not reach the land because of the high temperature near the land. The rainwater vaporizes and goes back into the same clouds. As the water vapor enters the same cloud, they get condensed immediately and the cloud becomes very heavy with rainwater. And therefore, it rains suddenly over a specific and small region at a rate of 100 millimeters per hour or more. Example of cloudburst: On September 14, 2012, there was a cloudburst in Uttarakhand, killing 39 people, and on June 15, 2013, a cloudburst was reported in Kedarnath and Rambara region of Uttarakhand. Flood. A frequently occurring natural disaster in all parts of the world is floods. Due to heavy rains in the same place, a river overflows its banks, causing a flood. The water drainage system in big cities falls short when there is heavy rainfall, resulting in choking of gutters and drainage lines. Water overflows onto the roads and surrounding areas and even enters nearby houses. Whenever there is flood, there is huge loss to life and property. Soil erosion also occurs and there is destruction of standing crops. When the floods recede, there is a spread of diseases and epidemics which affect the health of the people. What are the protective measures which we can take in the view of floods? First, construction of small dams in mountainous regions. Second, construction of percolation tanks at local level. Third, making river beds flat. River bed is the ground on which the river flows. River beds should be made flat to reduce the speed of the flowing water. We can also cultivate new trees and plants, as plants and trees hold on to the soil and they also reduce the speed of the flowing water. Fifth, connecting rivers. If we connect rivers, then the flood water is distributed evenly. Lightning. We have studied about lightning in chapter 8, Static Electricity. When air and clouds rub against each other, the upper part of the cloud becomes positively charged and the lower part of the cloud becomes negatively charged. When this negative charge on the bottom of the cloud becomes much larger than the charge on the ground, it starts flowing towards the ground in stages. This happens very fast in much less than a second, and heat, light and sound energy are produced along with electric current. What are the precautions that you will take during thunderstorms? A thunderstorm is a storm which is accompanied by lightning and thunder. You should not stand on open ground or below a tree. Do not stand near an electric pole, a telephone pole, a tower, etc. Do not lean on wire fences around the farm, compound or garden. If you are on a two-wheeler, a bicycle, a tractor or a boat, get off immediately and go to a safe place. Do not gather all together in one place. Take care to keep a distance of 15 feet between any two persons because it reduces the risk of lightning traveling from one person to another. Do not use plugged-in electrical appliances. Do not use a mobile or telephone. Stand on dry wood, a plastic sheet, sack or jute cloth or dry leaves. Keeping your feet together, support yourself on the soles of your feet, placing your hands on your knees and crouch low. Swimmers or fishermen should immediately come out of the water. A Pakka house is the safest place. Pakka house is a house that is designed to be solid and permanent. It is built with cement, brick and sand. Find out if there is a lightning conductor or any tall building near your house. If necessary, get a lightning conductor fitted on your house.